Shri Shri Radha Govinda ki, Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki.
Thank you very much. Standing for Arti, please. Thank you.
Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pasyatharashatarine Namaste Gauravani Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivedanta Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Stotra Sata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanadavinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Stotra Sata Shri Srimad Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki ISKCON Samstapakacharya Ki Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Sham Kun Radha Kun Giriraj Govardhan Ki, Their Lordship Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda Ki, Shri Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman Ki, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai Ki, Ganga Mai Ki, Yamuna Mai Ki, Bhakti Devi Ki, Tulsi Maharani Ki, Vrindavan Mathura Dham Ki, Nilachal Jagannath Puri Dham Ki, Navadvip Dham Ki, Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.
You can be seated for the beginning of the afternoon Darshan prayer, please.
Namaste Narsimhaya. Namaste Narsimhaya.
Thank you all for attending the arti. Prashadam will be served now in the Haveli. As you're going out down the steps on your right hand side, the entrance is from the behind, from the car park side. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
The transcendental Yasha অনাদি কর্ম করে This is a song. why I have invited the spiritual death? Because I am engaged in something which is useless and I have rejected the real purpose of my life. Adham means valueless things and Dham means valuable. So actually, every one of us neglecting our spiritual emancipation, we are engaged in material sense gratification, and therefore we are losing the opportunity of this human form of body to elevate myself on the spiritual plane. This human body is especially given to the conditioned soul to take a chance for spiritual emancipation. So anyone who does not care for spiritual emancipation is inviting spiritual death. Spiritual death means to forget oneself that is spirit, that is spiritual. So in the animal life, it is fully forgetfulness. They cannot be reminded at any circumstances that they are not this body, they are different from this body. It is only in this human form of body, human form of life, one can understand that he is not his body, he is his soul. So, by chanting Hare Krishna, one can easily understand this fact, and by worshipping Lord Chaitanya, following his ways, one can chant Hare Krishna and very easily come to the platform of spiritual understanding. But Darshan says on our behalf that we are neglecting this, therefore we are inviting spiritual death. Then he says, Prema Ratana Dhuna Hilaya. Spiritual life means to develop real love. Everyone says love. There are so many signboards, so many papers, love, love. But there is no love. This is illusion. This is all lust. Love for intoxication, love for sex, love for everything. So, actual love means love, this word can be applicable only with Krishna. So, because we are created for that purpose. To love means to love Krishna. society. Actually, you find one who comes to the society by associating a few days, a few weeks, he becomes months, comes forward, further advancement. So this association is very important. Those who are conducting different centers and groups, they should be very responsible men because everything will depend on their sincere activities and connection.
Your mom
much
said you wasn't coming.
because he encourages everyone to make
So,
this
just,
tree.
okay.
That's
Yeah.
some of
That's
the
cool.
Rupa Goswami has described Lord Chaitanya as the most beneficent of all the incarnations because he is giving Krishna to everyone without any qualification. So Rajendra Thakur says, Parama Karuna there is sense of all incarnations. Kevara Ananda Gauta and their preaching process is very pleasing.
Hare Krishna. Congratulations. Well done.
Recommend chant Hare Krishna, dance nicely, and when you feel tired, just take rest and keep Krishna. So his formula is very pleasing. Kevala Ananda Gauta. While he was present in Jagannath Puri, every day in the evening, dancing was chanting and dancing. And after dancing is finished, he used to distribute sanctuary to Jagannath. So many thousands of people every day. Simply transcendentally pleasing movement, Kevalananda. Then he comments, whatever he is eating, my dear brother, just try to worship the Lord Krishna, free from youth and condition. One should not read the words of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya says that one chanting, simply by chanting, one will get all kinds. This is a fact. Unless people chanting cannot realize, but those who are chanting, they are realizing that they are getting all desired perfection of life very quickly. So we should chant this mantra with faith and conviction. But the only qualification required in this connection, he says, Vishaya chhariya sirase modiya mukhe bada. You have to chant with faith and conviction at the same time. We should take care. We should be guarding against sense enjoyment. Vishaya chhariya. Vishaya means sense enjoyment. And chhariya means give up. One should give up sense enjoyment. Of course, in this materialistic life, we have got our senses and we have practiced to use them. We cannot stop it. But there is no question of stopping, but regulate. Just like we want to eat. Vijaya means eating, sleeping, making, and defending. But these things are not forbidden altogether. But they are adjusted just to make it favorable for executing my Krishna consciousness. So we should not take, just like eating. We should not eat just to satisfy the taste. We should eat only just to keep ourselves fit for executing Krishna consciousness. So eating is not stopped, but it is regulated. Favorable. Similarly, mating. Mating is also not stopped. But the regulative principle is that you should marry and you should have sex life only for creating children Krishna conscious. Otherwise not doing. So everything is regulated. There is no question of stopping defense of it. Arjuna was fighting, defending under the order of Krishna. So everything is there. Nothing stopped. Simply it is adjusted for consequence of my past good deeds that I could not be attracted by the Krishna consciousness movement. It is a punishment on me by the Jamara, this content of death. Actually, this Krishna consciousness movement, Sankirtan movement is so nice and attractive. Every simple and unsophisticated person can be attracted. But if one is not attracted, it is to be understood that he is being punished by the laws of the content of death. Anyway, if we stick to this principle of chanting, then in Jamaraj, the student of death, he will also face the punishment. That is the verdict of Brahma Samhita. Brahma Samhita says, one who takes to this devotional life, his reaction of past deeds are adjusted immediately. So, every one of us should take part in this movement of Krishna consciousness by chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So, this song was sung by Govinda Das. Govinda Das of Vilas. What is his desire? Vilas means desire. Bhaja Hare Mana Srinandana. My dear mind, because mind is our friend and enemy. If you train the mind, then mind is your best friend. And if you cannot train your mind, then you will be bitterest enemy. Savai Mana Krishna Padaravinda. Therefore, mind has always to be engaged on the lotus feet of Krishna. Then mind automatically will control, will become a friend. So Govinda Das is expressing his desire. My dear mind, you just be engaged in devotional service of Nandananda. He does not say Krishna. He says Nandananda. Vaja Hare Mana Sri Nandananda. If we address Krishna directly, that is not very pleasing. But if we say Krishna, Nandananda, Jasadananda, Devakinanda, Parthasarathi, in relationship with his devotee, then he becomes more pleased. So, Bhaja Hare Mana Sri Nanda. Why Sri Nandananda? Now, Abhaya Charanara Bundari. If you take shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, Nandananda, then you will have no more anxiety, fear. Samasita ji padapallavam klavam mahapadam punya jasu murari bhavam buddhi vassa padanga 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 chada vipodanga trisam. This is Bhagavad Darshan. Padanga padanga jada vipodanga. This material word, padanga padanga, means step by step there is danger. So one who takes shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, Mahatpadanga Punna Jasu Murari, Samasita, for him there is no Avaya Charanana. How it is possible to take complete shelter of Krishna, which is fearlessness, no anxiety, vaikuntha. Dullava manava janama satsang. This is possible if you associate with people. If you think that now I have become very much advanced, now I associate with devotees. Durlava manava janama satsang. Satang prasangadmava bija sangha. If you remain with these devotees, then by their association, by talking with them, you will get real understanding of God. It is very practical to understand. Just like in material world, there are many associations, societies, businessmen, they have got their stock exchange association. So dealing in exchange, they have got an association. They go there and their business facility is very good. Similarly, so many clubs. If you want to drink and enjoy sense, go to so many clubs and associate with them, and you learn how to drink and to meditate. So association is very important. Therefore, our Krishna Consciousness Society, we are giving chance people to associate with us so that they will be able to understand what is Krishna, what is Krishna consciousness. Therefore, Govinda Das recommends Durlava Manava Janama Satsang. Manava, this human life is Durlava, very rarely obtained. Not dog's association, crow's association, but swan's association. Their association is by nature. Birds of the same feather flock together. Crows, they will mix with crows. And the swans will mix with swans. White swans, very nice water, nice garden. They like that. The crows will not like. The crows will like where silly things are thrown away. They will take pleasure. So similarly, according to the quality of nature, there are different associations in human society. So it is recommended Sitaya Kapapasa Parishana Edino Jani Jagi. All day war, again, I'll get some more money, I'll let you water light also extra. In this way, we are doing. Why you are working? Why you are working? Sitaya Kapapasa Parishana Edino Jamini Jagiri. Pipale Sevino, Pipana Duraja. Chapana Sukala Ullad. In this way, I have wasted my time. To serve Kripana Duraja, some so-called society brings Kripana, they will not never be engaged in Krishna consciousness, but I am engaged in research. This is jealous, not that they make the big family. Most 99 spoil. So, people are saying, in this way I am wasting my time. And what is the Veda? Chopala Sukala Buddha. They meaning sex. Behind this sex, so many things. Therefore, Bhaktivedanta says that you are trying to enjoy wealth, either not Jew or not Putra. Material happiness means to acquire money, dhana. And then, jhana, many adherents or dependents, wife, children, friends, society, country. So, Putra Parijana, he thinks he achieves positivity. He cannot have any transcendental. Komala Jala Jala, Jivana Pranam. The life is tottering. You cannot say when the life will be finished. The example is given. Komala Jala. You don't get it. If you put water, it will not stay there.
Did you see Mother? Did you bring any some? He said he was coming to the museum.
Our life is like
He
that.
bought some. I'll check it in the morning, yeah?
At any moment,
No, just
Komala Jala
the
Jala.
stop, you know? So it's coming again, I think. All right, it's all right.
Before death comes, that is
Yeah.
Krishna consciousness, Samana
It's all, I've done my side. So,
hearing, chanting, remembering, or chant,
Hare Krishna. So, Hare Krishna, welcome to Sodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Jayarad Amadava Kunjabihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yasodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Jayarad Amadava Kunjabihari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Jnana Tirmiyandasya Gananjana Salakaya Chakchurun Militanyena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutaye Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharne Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Prasyatya Desatarne. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So before I begin speaking, I'd like to seek the blessings of all the devotees and also to those who may be listening online. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, so thank you very much. Today we're reading from the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, text number 20 to 23. So I'm going to go to the Sanskrit first, and then on to the translation and purport. Yatro paramate chitam nirodam yoga sevaya yatra chevatmanatmanam pasyan atmani tosyati sukham atyantikam yattad buddhi grayam atindriyam veti yatra nacheveyam stitas chalanti tatvataha yam ladva chaparam labam manyate nadikam tataha yasmin stito nadukena guru napi vichalyate tam vidya dukkha samyoga viyogam yoga samjnitam. So the translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. In the stage of perfection called trance or samadhi, one's mind is completely restrained from material mental activities by practice of yoga. This perfection is characterized by one's ability to see the self by the pure mind and to relish and rejoice in the self. In that joyous state, one is situated in boundless transcendental happiness, realized through transcendental senses. Established thus, one never departs from the truth, and upon gaining this, he thinks there is no greater gain. Being situated in such a position, one is never shaken, even in the midst of greatest difficulty. This indeed is actual freedom from all miseries arising from material contact. And purport. By the practice of yoga, one becomes gradually detached from material concepts. This is the primary characteristic of the yoga principle, and after this, one becomes situated in trance or samadhi, which means that the yogi realizes the supersoul through transcendental mind and intelligence, without any of the misgivings of identifying the self with the superself. Yoga practice is more or less based on the principles of the Patanjali system. Some unauthorized commentators try to identify the individual soul with the supersoul, and the monists think this to be liberation, but they do not understand the real purpose of the Patanjali system of yoga. There is an acceptance of transcendental pleasure in the Patanjali system, but the monists do not accept this transcendental pleasure out of fear of jeopardizing the theory of oneness. The duality of knowledge and knower is not accepted by the non-dualist, but in this verse, transcendental pleasure relies to transcendental senses is accepted, and this is corroborated by Patanjali Muni, the famous exponent of the yoga system. The great sage declares in his Yoga Sutras 433, Prusarta sunyanam gunanam pratiprasavaha kalya vamsvarup prashtita vachiti shaktiriti. This chitti shakti, or internal potency, is transcendental. Purusartha means material religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and at the end, the attempt to become one with the Supreme. This oneness with the Supreme is called Kaivalyam by the monist, but according to Patanjali, this Kaivalyam is an internal or transcendental potency by which a living entity becomes aware of his constitutional position. In the words of Lord Chaitanya, this state of affairs is called Chetodarpana Marjanam, or clearance of the impure mirror of the mind. This clearance is actually liberation, or Bhava Mahavdivagni Nivarpanam. The theory of nirvana, also preliminary, corresponds with this principle. In the Bhagavatam 2.10.6, this is called Svarupena Vyavasistihi. The Bhagavad Gita also confirms this situation in this verse. After nirvana, or material cessation, there is a manifestation of spiritual activities or devotional service to the Lord, known as Krishna consciousness. In the words of the Bhagavatam, Svarupena Vyavastiti, this is the real life of the living entity. Maya, or illusion, is a condition of spiritual life contaminated by material infection. Liberation from this material infection does not mean destruction of the original internal position of the living entity. Patanjali also accepts this by his words Kaivalyam Svarupa Pratishta Vya Chitti Shaktir Iti. This Chitti Shakti, or transcendental pleasure, is real life. This is confirmed in the Vedanta Sutra 1.1.12 as Ananda Mayo Bhyasat. This natural transcendental pleasure is the ultimate goal of yoga and is easily achieved by execution of devotional service or Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga will be vividly described later, beginning in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. In the yoga system, As described in this chapter, there are two kinds of samadhi, called samprajnata samadhi and asamprajnata samadhi. When one becomes situated in the transcendental position by various philosophical researches, he is said to have achieved samprajnata samadhi. In the asamprajnata samadhi, there is no longer any connection with mundane pleasure, for one is then transcendental to all sorts of happiness derived from the senses. When the yogi is once situated in that transcendental position, he is never shaken from it. Unless the yogi is able to reach this position, he is unsuccessful. Today's so-called yoga practice, which involves various sense pleasures, is contradictory. A yogi indulging in sex and intoxication is a mockery. Even those yogis who are attracted by the siddhis, perfections, in the process of yoga are not perfectly situated. If the yogis are attracted by the byproducts of yoga, then they cannot attain the stage of perfection, as is stated in this verse. Persons therefore indulging in the make-show practice of gymnastic feats or siddhis should know that the aim of yoga is lost in that way. The best practice of yoga in this age is Krishna consciousness, which is not baffling. A Krishna conscious person is so happy in his occupation that he does not aspire after any other happiness. There are many impediments, especially in this age of hypocrisy, to practicing Hatha Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, and Jnana Yoga, but there is no such problem in executing Karma Yoga or Bhakti Yoga. As long as the material body exists, one has to meet the demands of the body, namely eating, sleeping, defending, and mating. But a person who is in pure Bhakti Yoga or in Krishna consciousness does not arouse the senses while meeting the demands of the body. Rather, he accepts the bare necessities of life, making the best use of a bad bargain, and enjoys transcendental happiness in Krishna consciousness. He is callous toward incidental occurrences such as accidents, disease, scarcity, and even the death of a most dear relative. But he is always alert to execute his duties in Krishna consciousness or Bhakti Yoga. Accidents never deviate him from his duty, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita 2.14. Agamaya piyano nityas tam sitikshvasva bharataha. He endures all such incidental occurrences because he knows that they come and go and do not affect his duties. In this way, he achieves the highest perfection in yoga practice. So thank you very much. That was a long purport. It was 3 verses. So it's speaking about achieving perfection through the yogic system. So in the eightfold process of yoga, one would naturally achieve perfection by going step by step through the process. But this is not the process of Krishna consciousness. In the eightfold yoga system, one will actually go through all the 8 stages and then come to the stage of meditation. And I've seen, I used to be very impressed by these yogis. As I remember this yogi, before I came to Krishna consciousness, I used to be keeping up with him and listening to him somewhat. And I had one of his books also, and from the age of 3 years old, he was in a lotus posture meditating, and his whole life was a very saintly life. But it turns out that this type of yoga, when one is devoid of an actual destination or goal, whereby they think they'll become one with the Supreme. So this type of impersonal yoga is actually very difficult, and it may take many, many lifetimes. And basically, it's very fruitless if one actually will think that they'll actually become the Supreme at the end. So in terms of actual attaining mystic cities and perfections, these are actually just byproducts of the yoga system. And the general society on which a spiritual society is based is an agrarian society of simple living and high thinking. So this is the basis by which people can actually have all the necessities of life very easily. Nowadays we're very much preoccupied with trying to actually achieve that happiness through material attainment. So I'm just going to read a verse from, it's actually from the Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is from the section, The Teachings of Queen Kunti. So Jamis Varya Shuta Shri Bir Edama Madam Puman Nirvartatya Bitatam Vai Tvama Kinchana Gocharam. And the translation: My Lord, your Lordship can easily be approached only by those who are materially exhausted. One who is on the path of material progress, trying to improve himself with respectable parentage, great opulence, high education, and bodily beauty, cannot approach you with sincere feeling and purport. Being materially advanced means taking birth in an aristocratic family and possessing great wealth and education and attractive personal beauty. All materialistic men are mad after possessing all these material opulences, and this is known as the advancement of material civilization. But the result is that by possessing all these material assets, one becomes artificially puffed up, intoxicated by such temporary possessions. Consequently, such materially puffed up persons are incapable of uttering the holy name of the Lord by addressing him feelingly, O Govinda, O Krishna. It is said in the Shastras that by once uttering the holy name of the Lord, the sinner gets rid of a quantity of sins that he is unable to commit. Such is the power of uttering the holy name of the Lord. There is not the least exaggeration in the statement. Actually, the Lord's holy name has such powerful potency, but there is a quality to such utterances also. It depends on the quality of feeling. A helpless man can feelingly utter the holy name of the Lord, whereas a man who utters the same holy name in great material satisfaction cannot be so sincere. A materially puffed up person may utter the holy name of the Lord occasionally, but he is incapable of uttering the name in quality. Therefore, the four principles of material advancement, namely high parentage, good wealth, high education, and 4, attractive beauty, are, so to speak, disqualifications for progress on the path of spiritual advancement. Shri Shri Radha Kukulananda ki, Shri Shri Gauranitai ki, Shri Shri Sitaram Laxman Hanuman ki. The material covering of the pure spirit soul is an external feature, as much as fever is an external feature of the unhealthy body. The general process is to decrease the degree of the fever and not to aggravate it by maltreatment. Sometimes it is seen that spiritually advanced persons become materially impoverished. This is no discouragement. On the other hand, such impoverishment is a good sign, as much as the falling of temperature is a good sign. The principle of life should be to decrease the degree of material intoxication, which leads one to become more and more illusioned about the aim of life. Grossly illusioned persons are quite unfit for entrance into the kingdom of God. So, from this we can see that material acquisitions, people who are after, wealth, a family that has, a high status, education, beauty, and so on. These are disqualifications, actually. So the thing is that none of these are actually bad, but due to the actual our material conditioning, these are things which we naturally become unnecessarily attracted to. So this is something which is then becomes a disqualification. Because when people are too much, as is used in this word, puffed up by material acquisitions, well then they don't have the same incentive and become very comfortable in material enjoyment and more entangled. So this naturally leads to becoming more and more entangled, but not necessarily more and more happy or satisfied, and it leads to actually an increase of wants and desires, because that actual inner need of the soul isn't being fulfilled. So this is another verse in the same chapter, which I'm going to read now also. Eme jnana pada shridha supat vosadi viruddha vanadrina judantvanto yerante tava vikshitaha. And translation: all these cities and villages are flourishing in all respects, because the herbs and grains are in abundance, the trees are full of fruits, the rivers are flowing, the hills are full of minerals, and the oceans full of wealth. And this is all due to your glancing over them. And purport: human prosperity flourishes by natural gifts, and not by gigantic industrial enterprises. The gigantic industrial enterprises are products of a godless civilization, and they cause the destruction of the noble aims of human life. The more we go on increasing such troublesome industries to squeeze out the vital energy of the human being, the more there will be unrest and dissatisfaction of the people in general. Although a few only can live lavishly by exploitation, the natural gifts, such as grains and vegetables, fruits, rivers, the hills of jewels and minerals, and the seas full of pearls, are supplied by the order of the Supreme, and as He desires, material nature produces them in abundance or restricts them at times. The natural law is that the human being may take advantage of these godly gifts by nature and satisfactorily flourish on them without being captivated by the exploitative motive of lording it over material nature. The more we attempt to exploit material nature according to our whims of enjoyment, the more we shall become entrapped by the reaction of such exploitative attempts. If we have sufficient grains, fruits, vegetables, and herbs, then what is the necessity of running a slaughterhouse and killing poor animals? A man need not kill an animal if he has sufficient grains and vegetables to eat. The flow of river waters fertilizes the fields, and there is more than what we need. Minerals are produced in the hills, and the jewels in the ocean. If the human civilization has sufficient grains, minerals, jewels, water, milk, etc., then why should it hanker after terrible industrial enterprises at the cost of the labor of some unfortunate men? But all these natural gifts are dependent on the mercy of the Lord. What we need, therefore, is to be obedient to the laws of the Lord and achieve the perfection of human life by devotional service. The indications by Kunti Devi are just to the point. She desires that God's mercy be bestowed upon them so that natural prosperity be maintained by His grace. So this is a very interesting point, is that material prosperity are natural gifts of nature. So these are gifts from God through His agents, who are known as the demigods, the presiding deities, who are over the different aspects of nature. So it requires a whole different mindset. To actually enjoy life, we have to really, to make the best out of life, that we have to realize that actually happiness doesn't actually come from material advancement. So this is what actually Vedic culture is based on, and this is actually what's needed even now as well, to actually change the whole society to one which is based on an agrarian society. So this is the only means by which we can actually have a stable society. Otherwise, as we can see, the whole environment will be as it is now, in complete disarray, and they're constantly trying to actually fix material problems by material solutions is not the answer. So, as it says at the end of this purport, the indications by Kunti Devi are just to the point. She desires that God's mercy be bestowed upon them so that natural prosperity be maintained by His grace. So this is the actual system, is that natural prosperity can only be come by the mercy of the Lord. So it's a completely different mindset that we have to have, and this natural prosperity will naturally come if the Lord is pleased. So by actually by not thinking how can we please our own senses, and having this selfish enjoying mentality, which we have right now, which is everything is for our own enjoyment. But as it is stated in the Sri Upanishad, that this world actually belongs to the Lord, and so basically we have our quota, and if we actually realize that our natural inclination is to be a servant of the Lord, and if we put the Lord's satisfaction at the center, naturally we'll have that abundance in society. So it's not by material estimation. This is a mistake, actually. If by our calculation we may think, all the minerals are finished and so on, but this is actually the wrong concept. Things actually, it's by the Lord's mercy that all these abundance comes about, and this is a point that your Prabhupada makes. So naturally, we will have a completely flourishing society if we are actually have that faith and a God-centered society. So I'm just going to read, this is from the Science of Civilization and its correspondence with Srila Prabhupada and the Indian state of Andhra Pradesh by T.L. Katidia. So this is called Altruism, Temporary and Eternal. So in 1972, the South Indian state of Andhra Pradesh was stricken by a severe drought that affected millions. Hoping that the International Society for Krishna Consciousness would provide assistance, T.L. Katidia, Secretary of the Andhra Pradesh Relief Fund Committee, wrote to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada responded with this surprising and edifying letter. Revered Swamiji, the residents of the Twin Cities are happy to have this opportunity to meet you and your esteemed followers. You may be aware that due to inadequate rainfall during the last 2 years and its complete failure this year, more than half of our state, Andhra Pradesh, a state in southern India, in brackets, is in the grip of a serious drought. With a view to supplement the governmental efforts to combat this evil, a central voluntary organization of citizens drawn from various walks of life has been set up. The members of this organization survey the areas affected by drought. The situation is pathetic. There are villages where drinking water is not available for miles. Due to scarcity of fodder, the cattle owners are parting with their cattle for a nominal price. Many of the stray cattle are dying away due to unavailability of fodder and water. The food problem is also very serious. Due to high prices of food grains on the open market, purchase of grains at market prices is beyond the reach of poor villagers, with the result that at least 5 to 6 million people are hardly having one meal a day. There are many who are on the verge of starvation. The entire situation is most pathetic and heart-rending. I think that must mean to be, it seems like a mistake, I think it's meant to be heart-wrenching. We therefore appeal to your revered self to consider how your society could best come to the rescue of these millions of souls who are in unimaginable distress. The committee would like to suggest that members of your society appeal to the bhaktas, devotees, attending your discourses to contribute their might to the Andhra Pradesh Relief Fund. The committee is prepared to send some of its representatives, along with members of your society, wherever you wish to distribute prasad to the hungry millions in the state. As Manava Seva is Madhava Seva, service to man is service to God, the committee is confident that even a little effort by your gracious society will go a long way in mitigating the sufferings of hundreds and thousands of people. Yours ever in the service of the Lord, T.L. Katidia, Secretary, Andhra Pradesh Relief Fund Committee, Hyderabad, India. So now we have Srila Prabhupada's reply to this letter. My dear Mr. Katidia, please accept my greetings. With reference to your letter and your personal interview, I beg to inform you that without pleasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, no one can become happy. Unfortunately, people do not know who God is and how to make him happy. Our Krishna consciousness movement is therefore meant to present the Supreme Personality of Godhead directly to the people. As stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th Canto, 6th Chapter, Tushte Chatatra Kim Alabhyam Ananta Ajay Kimter Guna Vyate Karad Ihaye Svadsidaha. The idea stated in this verse is that by pleasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we please everyone, and there is no question of scarcity. Because people do not know this secret of success, they are making their own independent plans to be happy. However, it is not possible to achieve happiness in this way. On your letterhead, I find many important men in this country who are interested in relieving the sufferings of the people, but they should know for certain that without pleasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, all their attempts will be futile. A diseased man cannot live simply on the strength of the help of an expert physician and medicine. If this were so, then no rich man would ever die. One must be favored by Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, if you want to perform relief work simply by collecting funds, I think that it will not be successful. You have to please the Supreme Authority, and that is the way of success. For example, due to the performance of Sankirtan here, the rain has begun to fall after a drought of 2 years. The last time we performed a Hare Krishna festival in Delhi, there was imminent danger of Pakistan's declaring war, and when a newspaper man approached me for my opinion, I said there must be fighting because the other party was aggressive. However, because of our Sankirtan movement, India emerged victorious. Similarly, when we held a festival in Calcutta, the Naxalite in brackets communist movement stopped. These are facts. Through the Sankirtan movement, we can not only get all facilities for living, but also at the end go back home, back to Godhead. Those who are of a demonic nature cannot understand this, but it is a fact. I therefore request you, as leading members of society, to join this movement. There is no loss on anyone's part for chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, but the gain is great. According to Bhagavad Gita 3:21, what is accepted by leading men is also accepted by common men. Yad yad acharati shresttas, tat tad evataro jnana, sa yad pramanan kurute, lokas tad anuvartate. Whatever action a great man performs, common men follow in his footsteps, and whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. The Sankirtan movement of Krishna consciousness is very important. Therefore, through you I wish to appeal to all the leading men of India to accept this movement very seriously and give us all facility to spread this movement throughout the world. Then there will be a very happy condition, not only in India, but all over the world. Hoping this will meet you in good health, your ever well-wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. So, this is something which is very important to realize, that the goal of all meditation, of all yoga practice, is not to become a mystic yogi and so on, but it's ultimately to trust in the Lord. And this is this mentality which even on the path of devotional service can be very prevalent, and by Krishna's mercy we can gradually become purified. And this is of course what materialistic society is based on, that they don't actually have faith in the Lord. And we can even see that the Lord is merciful, like even to people who are actually very much what would be considered gross materialists, who are very just only interested in enjoying material life, that the Lord is actually He still allows them. As I said in the Bhagavad Gita, Ye tamam prabhadyante tam sadeva bhajamyaham, that as those surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. But of course, the Lord is very merciful, but the purpose of life is to eventually to achieve that actual meditation and trance on the Supreme Lord. All living entities at one time or another, and the whole society, will have to have this complete shift in consciousness to realize that things can't go on in a materialistic setting. And even it's not so long ago in the world situation that the world was more spiritually orientated, even we had the Pope and so on in the Western world would give the sanction to the kings and so on. So that's not actually so long ago, and people have to really begin to question what actually is primitive, because people have a very unhealthy understanding of primitive. Simple living is, we can still have material comforts as well, but the thing is that they have to be used for the Lord, and all this actually advancement in material technology, it's not actually that beneficial if it's completely futile, and we have to really question what is the use of this, and can it be used in the Lord's service. For example, the nuclear energy and all these different things. So before we conclude today's class, I'd like to ask if there's any questions. Yes, Rasan Defu.
Yeah, in the lectures you made, Prabhupada mentioned a series of events that happened, and he
Yeah.
mentioned that through Sankirtan, chanting of the holy name, these sort of things, they were able to solve many problems
Yeah.
those different states had. How can we, and he mentioned these are facts, which was very
Yeah. Yeah.
and how can we convince, general people, the governments, like in France, for example, they don't very much appreciate the movement of Krishna consciousness. So how can we convince people that the solution to their problems is actually to take the activities of Krishna consciousness, like Sankirtan, distribution seriously, and in real life actually solve their problems and help them out?
Thank you, Boo. I'm just going to repeat the question for those who may be listening online. So the question is in the letters that we read about Srila Prabhupada. He spoke about Sankirtan and how it actually stopped all these different events and disasters. So, and how can we actually give people the faith in that? So, yes, my understanding on this is that the more based on our own practice and our own conviction, then by that actually, our own purity and example, when we have that conviction and that strong faith ourselves, then we can actually impart that to others. And by preaching boldly and strongly based on that conviction, then it's actually it's like it's a seed. We're giving someone else the devotional seed. So that's what Sri Prabhupada did, is that he actually implanted a devotional seed in the hearts of his disciples, which then grew in them and gave them that conviction. So yeah, based on our own sincerity, we can create many devotional seeds. So it's about becoming strong in our own spiritual practice. And Sri Prabhupada said that he doesn't want many stars, he just wants a few moons. So people who are very very much convinced then can actually give that spiritual seed to others. And also, when we encourage others, they can then take to the process of chanting, and then the process is self validating after that. Yeah. I hope that's okay. Yeah. Thank you, Boo. Yeah. Okay. So, Bhagavad Gita ki, Shri Prabhupada ki, all glories assemble devotees. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
have milk for you because of your class.
Okay, thanks so much for taking it.
It's on your shelf, near your shelf.
Okay, thanks so much. Yeah. I have to take lunch.
It's alright, not many people here anyways. Welcome. Maybe it's too cold. You get tired.
I know, I wasn't able to open it. 000. No, it's 80
Empty.
The demigods are here.
Empty. Nobody is.
The demigods are here. We can't see them.
Can I have the other?
Yeah, I have this one.
Kirtan. Should I play a hum? Yeah, I was asking. Shri Shri Radha Gokulamna ki jai. Shri Shri Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai. Shri Shri Gaurikai ki jai. Kiva Jayo Jayo Gora Chandre Arati Goshoba Jayo Jayo Gora Chandre Jana Vitatavane Jagamana Lova Jana Vitatavane Daki Gora Nitai Gaura Haribo, Bol Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Gaura Haribo, Bol Haribo, Haribo, Bahu Koti Chandraji Vadana Koti Chandraji Bahu Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Padaya Namaste Saraswati Devi Pravani Prachari Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pashyadadashatarina Namaste Saraswati Devi Pravani Prachari Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivastava Gaur Bhaktivedanta Shri Krishna Chaitanya Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Oh Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Chayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Stotra Sata Shri Srimad Havai Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Stotra Sata Shri Srimad Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki ISKCON Samstapakacharya Ki Anantakoti Vaishnavrinda Ki Kamsakahor Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhaktavrinda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Sham Kun Radha Kun Giriraj Govardhan Ki Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda Ki Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman Ki Shri Shri Gaur Nitai Ki Shri Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Navadvip Dham Ki Ilachal Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Sham Kun Radha Kun Giriraj Govardhan Ki Ganga Mai Ki Yamuna Mai Ki Bhakti Devi Ki Tulsi Maharani Ki Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Gaur Pramananda. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees.
Namaste Narasimhaya Paladaladaine Hiranyakashipo Vaksha Shila नृसिंहदेव भगवान की।
Well done, Alicia. Maybe for like, well, let's say my goals, maybe for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, sure. We can take the kids, it's 15 minutes. Alright. I'm full. Yeah, you can make it. Everywhere you go, you practice.
How are you doing? Nice to see you. This guy knows how to pump on really hard clothes, isn't he?
Pump it.
Yeah, you're right. We're pumping it like this. It's like,
It's really loud, isn't it?